show you guys how to use the monopod with the 70 to 200 millimeter lens. This on the bottom here is the tripod monopod mount. You always want to use this thing, okay? You don't want to mount this camera or this lens on the camera and then put the camera on the tripod mount. Not a good idea. It's too much weight for the mount of the camera and will tear it right out. Under the right circumstances, it'll tear it straight out. So you got to mount it here. All right, so let's take a look at how you do that. Control arm, you got this little screw on the side here that loosens it, and then you can tilt. Panning is just simply rotating it, okay? I got to just rotate it. There are some legs on the bottom to extend that'll help with maintaining some balance with it, and this is how you rotate. It rotates on the base like that. So you set it on the floor, you can turn, and it will stand up on its own, you know, without too much effort. You don't want to leave a camera on there when you do that, but it just kind of shows that it is a fairly well balanced device. Okay, all right, so now to put the camera on here, or the lens, you got to make sure this little thing here is unscrewed, okay, and that loosens the mounting plate here. Push down here, lifting the plate off. Okay, and while you're doing this, you're going to take that off and mount this on the bottom using the mounting spot here, mounting port on the lens. So you put it on like that, turning it in, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Good old thing to know. Play on words. There you go, and I'm going to use my keys to tighten it in, okay? By getting down here and tightening it down. Just like so. All right. It doesn't have to be super tight, but fairly tight so it doesn't slide around. And somewhere in the middle is fine. It doesn't have to be in the front or back of the mount, but just somewhere in the middle. All right. Now to get it back on here, there's two edges on this plate. One is a very flat edge with a little lip sticking out the side here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right here along this edge. Okay, right there. There's this lip that sticks out. This one's more of a flat edge that is just beveled out. This one is beveled with a little bit of an extra edge to it. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right here. All right. So you tilt this in like this on the monopod, and then you drop it in like that. Okay. Now it's fairly safe at this point, but obviously it's not balanced, and you need to lock it down here. So you're going to want to tighten it down. Pull this back to the back-ish. It doesn't have to be exact, and just tighten this down. The screw on the side has to be tightened down. If you don't do that, it's going to keep sliding back and forth. Very difficult to use that way. All right, so with the arm here, you can loosen the arm, move it up and down. Do not take the arm off. And only 2 of the monopods even have an arm, and I had to scavenge this from another ruined tripod because someone used the tripod wrong and lost a bunch of parts to it. All right, so you tighten this down and then use this for tilting. All right, so when you're shooting, you can control the zoom here while you're tilting here and panning. So you're already recording, and then you can use this and then, hit the button on the camera to turn it off. All right, so that's really the easiest way to use the monopod and mount it on the camera. Now, some other things you can do here, which actually work very well for if you want to get higher, lower with the monopod, these legs extend. So when you're done moving around with the monopod, you might want to lock this down. There's a locking screw right here. Lock it down. All right. Now to extend the monopod, you can do this and keep extending it out. And this monopod goes to, I don't know how many feet that is, probably 7 feet, I would say, about 7 feet high, for high angle shots, and flip out the window on it, on the camera, so you can see the angle. And you're using the feet down here like this. On the feet here, they flex and they move, helping you keep it steady, and for panning, you can turn the monopod. I found it to be the most effective way, besides a gimbal, to keep the camera steady, and actually in some ways, in many ways, it is much more flexible and usable than a gimbal. We're going to use this for sports, for portraits, for and also I meant really when I said portraits, I meant spotlights. This will be used for spotlights, and it's a very flexible system. I highly recommend using this at all times. Now to take it off, you loosen this, you push the button down, or this screw down, you take it off. Always return this mounting plate that's on the bottom to the monopod. This is a great way to lose it by not putting it back. Okay, we've got to return these things. Keep the lenses safe. This lens is very expensive. Don't bang it, don't drop it, don't mess with it. Thank you.